Inside Mercer Basketball with Coach Bob Hoffman and your host Rick Cameron. Brought to you by Wild Wing Cafe.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Wild Wing Cafe. We're here to talk inside Mercer Basketball with Mercer head coach Bob Hoffman. Coach, hard to believe, last show of the year, the season has seemingly flown by. There's been so many positive things about this season. As you reflect back as to where we are at this point in the season, what are some of the highlights that we should talk about?
Well, I think it's where we're at right now, winning 8 games in a row and having a chance to finish up the season as a conference champions. Regular season, it hadn't happened very often for us, and we were in that position last year and weren't able to get it done, and now we're right there, and our guys have continued to get better every time out.
Coach, 20 wins is kind of a magical number, first time ever back-to-back, so certainly that was a milestone, shows the program is continuing to go in the direction you want it to.
100 years of basketball and first time to be back-to-back, that means you got great assistants and good players, and you know, it's just fantastic. Our home court advantage has been great. We won every game at home this season. That hasn't happened all but one other year, I think it is. I mean, you know all those stats. I don't keep those in my head, but I believe that's right. And that's a big deal. I mean, when you're able to create the home court advantage we have now, and last year I think we lost 2 games at home in the regular season. So, you know, over the last 2 years, 2 games at home in the regular season, that's pretty good. And that puts you in an elite company. And right now, we're either 8th or 9th in the country for the longest winning streak at home, and we want to continue that next week.
Coach, early in the season we talked about how we felt like we would have the advantage of last year's postseason play and your players gaining valuable experience. Now, the week before the conference tournament, can you identify that indeed that carried over into this season?
I think it did. Once we got into conference play, they were able to understand what was at stake. I think it took us a little time to be the hunted instead of being hunter, and I think our guys adjusted well, understood we were going to get everybody's best shot, and we got better in the midst of that, and that's why we kept continuing to reflect on that we need to not think about who we're playing or where we're playing them at, but we've got to find a way to get better this practice, this day, this possession, and somehow get our minds ready, because we only have so many games to get ready for that conference tournament, which is the opportunity to get to the NCAA tournament.
Coach, obviously you rely on your coaching staff for so many things, but also you need leadership among your team as well. Tell us about the leadership on this team.
Well, I think we have a lot of different kinds of leaders. All our junior guys have been around and play a lot of minutes. They lead in different ways. They just get along well. I think that's a big deal. They like hanging out together. They like messing with each other. They have fun together, and I think it's in the right framework that they do that. And then Langston, and I would say Langston Hall and Jay Gollin are probably the primary leaders, and then you got Travis Smith and you got Chris Smith, the seniors that I think have done a tremendous job of keeping us where we need to be every night out and making sure our guys' minds are on task at hand.
Coach, before we break from this segment, we've talked about in conference the success we've had and where we are, but also non-conference, very successful too. I don't want to forget the big road wins we had at Florida State, at Alabama were big as well.
No doubt about it, and Alabama continues to play well. Florida State's had some big wins. That was great for our program. That was the 4th and 5th win in 5 years over a BCS team on the road, and when you're able to do that, that just helps your program, helps your recruiting, helps your visibility, and that's something that we want to hang our hat on, but that's not the end all. The end all is what we're doing now, trying to win conference championships, trying to win postseason conference championships to get the NCAA. We sure would like to hang a few more banners in the days ahead.
All right, we're going to talk more about the postseason tournament, the ASUN coming up just a moment. Got a couple of players to talk to. Let's go to campus now, the next segment. We're going to talk with Anthony White Jr. I know, Coach, you're very pleased with the progress that Anthony's made.
Yeah, he's had some big games, including the leading scorer last week on a Thursday night at home. We needed him to do that, and he's done that in a lot of different situations all year. He's doing that on a nightly basis in a lot of different aspects. We're excited he's a part of what we're doing.
All right, let's go to campus and talk to Anthony White after the break. We'll be back with more Inside Mercer Basketball in just a moment.
For over 20 years, Mercer has relied on Forsyth Street Orthopedics.
Their team of doctors help keep our players on the court.
As a graduate of Mercer and a partner of Forsyth Street Orthopedics, we are proud to sponsor and take care of Mercer athletes. We work with Mercer Sports Medicine to return our injured athletes to competition as soon as their injuries allow and hopefully protect them from further injury.
Forsyth Street Orthopedics. getting better together.
Go Bears!
I have purchased 5 Jeeps here at 5 Star, and my sister-in-law from Florida actually came up and purchased a Jeep here. The way you're treated, the satisfaction, the service, just the overall good experience. And you know, for me to come back that many times speaks for itself.
So here's the game plan. Rush into the Wild Wing Cafe and tackle one of our new steakhouse burgers. 100% Angus, 100% great. It's an all-star lineup that can win you tickets to the biggest games of the year. Where?
Well, we're back at Hawkins Arena talking with one of our Mercer players today, Anthony White Jr., a junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. And Anthony, if you would, for our Mercer folks, share with us, how did you end up at Mercer?
Well, out of high school as a senior, I wasn't heavily recruited, so I ended up going to junior college in Illinois, Lakeland College, and I played well my first year, so I ended up going to the top 100 camp. It was in Missouri, and Coach E had saw me there playing.
Okay, now the transition to this level, Division I, the Atlantic Southern Conference, how do you feel that has gone for you at this point in your career? Do you feel like you're totally caught up with the game, or was it what you thought it would be, the speed of the game?
Yes, it was way more structured than what I was used to at first. But at first I struggled a little bit, but now I'm really feel like I'm getting back to game speed, and understanding where I need to be and what I need to do at the right times.
Has basketball always been your favorite sport, or
yes,
growing up?
Absolutely.
Was there anything else but basketball?
No, nothing but. I played different sports. I played baseball in middle school, but I mean, I've been playing basketball since I was 3 years old, and I just wanted to be like my dad. So.
And speaking of which, with you being Anthony White Jr., tell us about Anthony White Sr.
I would say he's a legend in Indianapolis, because every time we go out somewhere or go to a basketball game, it's always somebody running up to him saying, hey, and they tell me, oh, your dad was so good back then. It was, honestly, everybody was telling me he should have went to the NBA, but he had hurt himself. You know how that goes for you. But I mean, that's why I wear number 15, just so I can be like him.
Very good. All right, tell us about your game. Now, obviously, we're learning more about you as we see you in more game time, but I know you can hit the outside shot, but to be honest with you, this go back to my left, I'm surprised it's still on the backboard, because you had a couple of dunks recently where you nearly tore the thing down. Tell us, at what point in your career did you get to where you could leap like that?
That's a good question. I probably couldn't jump like that until my freshman year in college.
Yeah.
I mean, I could jump my senior year, but after leaving high school and hitting the weights that summer, I feel like I felt myself being able to jump higher than what I usually normally could.
And extremely quick, man. I told Coach the other day, if we line up on the baseline for foot races, I think Anthony White Jr. might have a leg up on everybody.
I'd like to hope so.
All right, tell us about academics, how that's going for you at Mercer, and what you hope to gain in the classroom when you graduate.
Well, everybody knows at Mercer, I mean, it's a private school, and the academics are pretty tough. And since I was young, my mom, my dad, if you don't get your grades, then you're not going to play. That's pretty much, that's what they told me. So, I mean, I've been just trying to stick to class, try not to wait till the last minute, and getting all my work done at once. And after I leave here, I'm majoring in communications, and I'm going to minor in media studies.
Yeah.
So after I leave here, actually, last night, me and my dad were talking, we just was seeing if I could get an internship for ESPN this summer, ESPN or CNN. And if I could do that, that would be.
You might want to take
great.
my chair one of these days.
Hey, I might. I just might.
All right, Anthony, I'm sure in the time you've been here, you've heard the other guys talk about the Atlantic Southern Conference Tournament being here, and I'm pretty much saving that for the last question for all of our guys today. But what does it mean to you as a member of this junior class, knowing this is the last year we'll have a chance to win the conference tournament here in our place?
I mean, talking to all the teammates and what happened last year and how it ended, just don't want to have that feeling return. And everybody's main goal is to get to the NCAA tournament. And for it being here, it not only gives us a leg up on everybody, but It's just where everybody at the school, all of our fans can come support us, and I just feel like this year could be the year. This year should be the year that we should win.
Anthony, if somebody asks you what is the most thing you enjoy most about playing college basketball, what's your answer?
My teammates.
And expand on that.
Like I came here because everybody, all the team, we're all together. That's how Hoffman has taught us to be. We encourage each other every step of the way. If we don't, then that's a problem. So, like I got here, and just knowing that everybody's encouraging, everybody has your back, it's just a great feeling. And it's fun to play with these guys, just because you know they got your back.
Gotcha, and you've been fun to watch thus far, and we've got a lot of games yet to go. We wish you the best of luck from here on in, Anthony.
Thank you, sir.
Anthony White Jr., our guest today, and now we're going to head back up to the Wild Wing, and Coach Hoffman, you had a chance there to meet Anthony White Jr., the contributions he's made, which Coach had pointed out earlier. But another young man, Coach, that you'd really counted on, came on strong early in the year. We really hoped that Jibri could stay healthy, Jibri Bryan, but unfortunately not so yet.
Yeah, he hit some big shots in the Paradise Jam and had some big moments early and got hurt again, third year in a row. I mean, it's just unfortunate because he worked so hard. A great young man from Savannah, played at Benedictine Military. We're glad he's a part of our program, and we hope in the years ahead he'll get to actually play the full season because he can make a difference. He can really guard, and he's long.
High school teammate of Daniel Corsi.
That's right.
All right.
Exactly right.
All right, let's go to campus now, and we'll get to know better Jibri Bryan when we return with more Inside Mercer Basketball.
Droid DNA augmentation initiated. Neural speeds increasing to 4G LTE. Brain upgrading to a quad-core processor. Precognitive intelligence with Google Now complete.
Introducing Droid DNA by HTC. It's not an upgrade to your phone, it's an upgrade to yourself.
Service department is out of sight. You can pull in the garage over there and they will meet you before you cut the engine off. They know you by name. How can I help you, Mr. Ross? I can't, get that kind of service no place else but here at 5 Star. All of my friends, I always tell them what good service you get at 5 Star. I love to talk, and I like to tell the truth.
Founded in 1833, Mercer University continues to be recognized as one of North America's top universities, not only for its academic rigor, but also for the high value of its undergraduate experience.
I am the Bear.
Bears belong to a scholarly community that combines exceptional academics with experiential learning. Bears engage in liberal learning through more than 60 undergraduate degree options, as well as graduate and professional degree programs from among Mercer's 12 schools and colleges.
I am the Bear.
Bears belong to a global community of world changers, leaders in all areas of enterprise. This worldwide network encompasses more than 8,300 students and more than 60,000 alumni from all walks of life.
I am the Bear.
Bears are actively seeking solutions and evoking change for some of the world's biggest issues. Whether seeking better treatments for cancer, diabetes, and Alzheimer's, or traveling across the world to meet the needs of citizens in developing countries, Bears are applying their academic knowledge in innovative ways to launch themselves to the forefront of discovery.
I am the Bear.
Bears thrive as a part of a large extended family. A growing social environment, both on and off campus, allows Bears to stand behind what they believe in and have once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that build relationships they will take with them forever.
I am the Bear.
Bears are answering the call to better the world. Through a wide array of programs and organizations, opportunities to allow Bears to develop into the leaders and innovators they are meant to be are endless. Being the Bear means having a unique educational experience that shapes a successful and rewarding future. Are you ready to be the Bear?
Well, we're back at Hawkins Arena. Time now to talk with another one of our Mercer basketball players. We're visiting today with number 34, Jibri Bryan, who is a sophomore from Savannah, Georgia. And as we look into the case here, we see a picture of Mercer's all-time leading scorer, James Florence, hitting a three that broke the record. Jibri, when you broke onto the scene last year, we're at Missouri. You hit 6 threes that night, and I'm thinking, man, we have got us a shooter and somebody who can generate some points. But then, unfortunately, a couple games later, the knee blew out. Tell us how devastating that was to you and what it was like to rehab to get back to where you are today.
Oh man, that was very painful. It hurt me a lot because I had 2 prior surgeries on my left knee, so I was fighting back hard to get back from those 2, and then I thought that was my chance to really show that I can play, and then blew out my right knee. So I mean, that was tough, and rehab was very hard, but I used to rehab 2 times a day, and my teammates used to help me get through it when it was tough and when I felt like giving up. So that was a big help.
All right, Jibri, you and Daniel Corsi, teammates together at high school. What's it been like, both of you guys, coming here to Mercer and playing once again as teammates?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, he's been a great teammate since high school. So, I mean, that was a great chance to play again 4 more years at college, to have him as a teammate. So.
All right, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about something about growing up in Savannah. Was basketball your first and only love? But tell us a little bit about yourself.
I mean, I used to play football all the time, quarterback. Yeah, I used to love football.
Yeah.
Picked up a basketball. I played baseball. I didn't like it too much. So basketball and football are my 2 main sports. I didn't play in high school, but I really love basketball.
All right, and then when you had to make the decision to come here to Mercer, obviously something led you in that decision. What were the main things why you chose Mercer?
I was just thinking about after college, and after basketball is over, then what? So I decided to look at the academic side more than the basketball side. And once I graduate Mercer with a Mercer degree, I feel like I can get a job pretty much anywhere.
And in the classroom, what are you majoring in now?
Marketing.
Marketing, all right. Yes, so specifically, do you have anything in mind what you want to do with that?
Not really, not really. I'm trying to work on my Spanish skills right now with Rosetta Stone, so I can be bilingual and hopefully go into international marketing. So that's one goal.
Well, let's talk more about your game of basketball. Obviously, we've seen you shoot the three. We know there's several things you can do. What do you feel at this point in your career you bring most to the table and contributing to this team?
Right now, I feel like, as you said, my jump shot and my defense as well. Like, I feel like I can defend anybody. So as long as I play defense, I feel like my shot will fall. So.
Defensively, we're number 8 in the country at holding teams to in the low 50s, like 54 points a game. When you came here, were you thinking defensive-minded, or was it more of an offensive?
Not at all.
How has it been the transition to concentrating on defense?
I mean, it's been tough. Like in high school, you was that guy that always scored a point. So coming into college, you kind of think that same way until you get here. So I had to adjust to a different role. I mean, I like playing defense, though. I didn't play too much in high school, honestly, but right now, like, that's my job. So that's what I'm going to do to help the team.
All right, outside of winning games, which is the number 1 goal when you hit the floor, what's the other most enjoyable part if someone asks you now or later on about playing Division I basketball? What would you say?
I have to say my teammates, really, like the bus rides and just hanging around my teammates. That's the most enjoyable part.
All right, Jibri, here you are back close to full speed and a very important member of this team as we look now into conference play. Give us your feelings of what it means to you of notching conference wins and as we build up to the conference tournament here on this floor.
I mean, that'd be awesome that we can get the conference championship on our own floor. It's our last year hosting it, so we feel like we have to win it.
All right, Jibri, thanks for visiting with us today. And boy, it's just great to see you back in after last year. We all cringed when the knee went out last year here on this floor, but man, we hope you've got the rest of this year and 2 more great years here at Mercer. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks.
Jibri Bryan visiting with us today from Savannah, Georgia. We're going to be back in just a moment, back at the Wild Wing, when we rejoin Coach Hoffman with more Inside Mercer Basketball.
So So here's the game plan. Rush into the Wild Wing Cafe and tackle one of our new steakhouse burgers. 100% Angus, 100% great. It's an all-star lineup that can win you tickets to the biggest games of the year. Where?
Service department is out of sight. You can pull in the garage over there and they will meet you before you cut the engine off. They know you by name. How can I help you, Mr. Ross? I can't, get that kind of service no place else but here at 5 Star. All of my friends, I always tell them what good service you get at 5 Star. I love to talk and I like to tell the truth.
For over 20 years, Mercer has relied on Forsyth Street Orthopedics.
Their team of doctors help keep our players on the court.
As a graduate of Mercer and a partner of Forsyth Street Orthopedics, we are proud to sponsor and take care of Mercer athletes. We work with Mercer Sports Medicine to return our injured athletes to competition as soon as their injuries allow and hopefully protect them from further injury.
Forsyth Street Orthopedics, getting better together.
Go Bears!
Owner, you need to choose the financial direction that's best for you to find a clear path to growth and success. At BB&T, we support businesses of all sizes with personal service and advice, sharing the sound financial knowledge we've gained over more than 140 years so you can move ahead with confidence. Talk to us today about your business goals. BB&T, sharing knowledge for a brighter direction.
Back at Wild Wing Cafe, talking more inside Mercer basketball. Coach, big road home swing last week after we returned from the road. Lipscomb and Northern Kentucky came in for the first time. Tell us about how you guys played in those two games.
Well, Lipscomb, we got off to a big lead. They got the first few points, but then we held them. It was amazing how our guys played together. We played, I don't think anybody had over 20 minutes, and Anthony White, who we showed earlier, ended up being the leading scorer, had 15 in the game. It was a great defensive effort. If we can stay connected and play like that on every night, we'll have a great chance to win because it was just fun to watch them work together. And then right into Saturday's game, which was senior day, Travis Smith, Chris Smith, honored Johnny Clark, and we honored Marquise Jackson. All guys have helped our program, worked in our program, special young men, and get to be able to do that with Chris and Travis was fun. And then we were able to win the game, which is even better. We did it pretty much the same way. They got out to a quick start, and then we came back and played great defense and held them to 46 points in that game.
And Chris Smith has now played in more winning games than any Mercer player ever. Let's go to campus and talk to Chris.
That's unbelievable stuff.
All right, let's go to campus and talk to Chris about being a senior and Mercer's winningest player.
Way to go, Chris.
We'll be back with more inside Mercer basketball.
Talk about being the winningest player ever in Mercer basketball history. That's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. I mean, to be here 4 years and to get that title under my belt is just amazing. It's been a lot of athletes come through these doors, and for me to be able to hold the title is it's a blessing.
What does that mean for you to be able to be in this position going down the final stretch?
It means a lot for me. Winning the high school championship in my senior year and being here in my senior year trying to win another championship, I just always find a way to end up on top, leave on top. So we're going for it. Hopefully we can bring it home. We are undefeated at home, and going into the tournament, that's a key factor. We can't take it lightly, though. We can't come in and relax. We got to go out every night and continue to compete and play our basketball game because we're going to get everyone's best every night. So we got to just come out and compete.
Is that the way you like it?
Yes. Compete every time I get a chance.
Talk about your degree here at Mercer and what your plans are for after school.
I'm getting a degree in financial management, and hopefully I plan to go in banking.
Well, we're back at Wild Wing Cafe talking inside Mercer basketball. Coach, tournament is upon us. In preparing for 3 games in 3 days or 4 days, what from a head coaching perspective is different than, say, a 2-game swing on the road?
Well, the thing is, there's more at stake, first of all. And the turnaround, I mean, you're able to live scout, which is also a great thing. So if you're fortunate to win the first game, you're able to see the teams you're getting ready to play, and you already have information about them, and you think you know some stuff, but you're able to get live calls and live times that you can go back and look at footage. and see if it's what you thought it was. And I think for us, that's a big deal because we're into that at a high level, trying to find every call, everything that we possibly can to get any kind of advantage to put our guys in the best position to be successful. And I think that'll be a great thing for us.
Coach, the 4th year that Mercer has hosted the tournament, looks like it's going to be probably going somewhere else next year or two. How important is it now, 4th and final year in our house, to cut the nets down?
Well, I mean, it's important every year. I mean, we hope that we can get that done. It won't be an easy task. I think our conference is really even. There's a lot of teams can win, and everybody's had moments in our conference to make runs. You know, it'll be a fantastic tournament, and for those that are listening and paying attention in Middle Georgia and watching us there, you can come out and catch it. Starts March 6th, goes through March 9th, and right there at Hawkins Arena on campus at Mercer University. It'll be the last time, like you mentioned, I'm pretty sure for a while, that we'll be hosting. So we need everybody out there to make a difference, just like you've helped us in those home games to get that winning edge that we need. We're going to need it next week in that tournament.
All right, Coach, throughout the season, you've had the advantage of having a lot of guys that can step up and play and give you many minutes, and you never know on any given night who's going to step up. So certainly I know you'll be looking forward to also having that the next 4 days.
Well, it'll make a huge difference because we rely on a lot of different people depending on who we're playing against and the style of play. And I think that'll get us ready for the tournament because those are the type teams that can win when you have multiple players that can play multiple minutes in different situations. And we're going to call on all of them because we're going to need everybody to get it done.
All right, Coach, it's been a great year, and hopefully we've got several more road trips to make together. And let's do what we want to do here the next 4 days. Well, good luck to you.
Thanks, Rick. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks for being with us this year on Inside Mercer Basketball.
Go Bears.
They were amazing how hard they competed. They played every possession like it mattered, and it was a fantastic finish to a great regular season.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of unfinished business to do. So Wednesday night, we need everybody. You guys be back, get some folks here. Let's win 3 this week, huh?
Yeah.
Go Bears, go Bears.